Transformers is no stranger to an entry-level price point, although it has taken on numerous forms over the history of the franchise. The core class is the latest in a long line of smaller budget Transformers, made up of characters that are either meant to be at that scale, or in some cases are scaled down versions of larger bots. I like this iteration, as the figures tend to be nicely detailed with acceptable articulation, and are typically simple to transform. They make a great impulse buy that doesn't, and this is becoming depressingly less accurate, break the bank. Now let's take a few moments to look at a quartet of characters that have definitely earned a little time in the spotlight. I wasn't against Studio Series having a core class lineup, but the nature of the line had me wondering what the point of some of its choices were. I picked up Ratchet on a whim though, and I have to say, this is an amazing figure. The details are wonderful, from the excellent head sculpt right down to the painted windshield wipers on the chest panel. Ratchet is one of those special figures that is just fun to mess around with. He poses effortlessly and looks awesome no matter how you move him. I love having him dual wield his tiny little pistols and emulating his last stand on the Autobot shuttle. Transformation is smooth. That's the best way I can put it. This is one of those times when the designers just nailed it. Everything flips and unfolds perfectly to form a really well done little ambulance. It's a shame they didn't paint the other windows for this mode, but it doesn't really deter from the figure. I love this little guy. He's the perfect desk transformer. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and he's fun to just pick up and play with when I'm bored. I really tried to resist the Seekers at core class, because honestly, I just don't need any more Seekers. But when the shelves aren't getting restocked, and you gotta scratch that itch, you come home with a shiny new core class Thundercracker. I gotta say, this is a pretty cool design. While he does suffer from the first world problem of overly stiff ball joints, and the null rays tend to pop out too easily, the details are great. The paint is used sparingly, but effectively, and he does exactly what you'd expect, nailing that classic Seeker look. The transformation is very impressive for a core class, managing, once again, to find a relatively new way to turn the same damn jet mode we have seen so many times before, but still make it fun. I joke, but I love this mode. It looks so good, and even though he is sporting a second cockpit on his jet belly, I just don't care. It's Thundercracker, my favorite Seeker, and he looks fantastic. When Studio Series got core class, this is what I imagined for it. Cassettes! And while we do have a listing for a certain Autobot Lion cassette next year, and oh, he is for sure getting a video, let's talk about Rumble for a bit. Now, I don't want to start a fight in the comments, but Rumble is blue. It said so on the box for this guy, so it's true. The debate is over. 86 Rumble is everything the Siege mold should have been, but still not quite perfect. Honestly, his lack of elbows are my biggest issue. While I do like that they included his pile drivers, personally, I would have liked the posability. Other than that, though, Rumble is awesome. The details across this figure are gorgeous, like the painted yellow vents in the shins, to the sculpted mechanical parts and the cavity in his back, where the head folds up in alt mode. Speaking of alt mode, he transforms into a rectangle. But unlike his Siege counterpart, this one feels right. It's hard to explain because there's not much to it, really, but if you like cassettes, you probably know what I mean. As of this recording, I haven't found a frenzy yet, but I look forward to it, and more 86 cassette bots in the Studio Series line. Swoop, there it is! Okay, that's the last time I will make that joke, I promise. I was hesitant to go for the core Dinobots at all, because A, Dinobots don't combine in my headcanon, and 2, I'm more excited for the potential Dino King and Monstructor versions. But I'm an addict, so I've bought a few of them. Swoop is awesome. Just awesome! His colors pop. I've always been a fan of the cartoon-accurate blue on my Swoops, and it looks fantastic here, flanking the gold-painted dino chest. Other than the lack of ankle tilts, his articulation is near perfect. The poses he can throw are just fantastic. Who knew being able to look up would be such an amazing thing on a figure? He does suffer from hollow parts, but it's not the end of the world. And hey, dinosaurs evolved into birds. They have hollow bones, so maybe it was intentional. Swoop transforms how you would expect him to, and he looks great. The wings are articulated, offering more fun in this mode. Really, the biggest downside is the weapons, which are clearly fists for the combined mode, but all things considered, they're fine, but I do miss his signature missiles. Even if you don't want or can't find the other Dinobots, Swoop is worth picking up as an individual toy. The combining gimmick has zero effect on this figure, other than making the weapons lamer, so this guy really stands out as a fantastic individual piece. And there are 4 core class figures that make me happy. Who's your favorite core class release? Let me know in the comments below. We finally passed 500 subscribers here at This Toy Makes Me Happy, and I want to say thank you to everyone who took the time out of their busy day to click a button. I'm going to be gearing up soon for the channel's 1-year anniversary, where I'll be comparing one of my favorite figures of all time to his successors. So until next time, thanks for watching.